Hi everyone, Pattayavlog here, Swaddy Cap, Sabaidi Mai. Hope you're well. Well, it's a Sunday and it's time for another vlog. I hope you're having a great weekend wherever you are in the world. I know we get people watching from Australia all the way through to Scotland and everywhere in between. But the topic of this vlog is, where is it all gonna end? Is it gonna end with bankruptcy, death, happiness maybe? Well, I can tell you something, I'm 28 months in to my addiction to Pattaya. The channel is 10 months old. Let's get into the detail. Roll the intro. Now, a lot of what we're going to talk about today is based on my interactions with people. Viewers, subscribers, not all subscribers of course, but some who have either left comments or met me face to face and offered me advice. So I'll be using actual real examples of what kind of people have said and my thoughts on it. And we'd all much rather look at Pattaya rather than my face when discussing this. So I'm going to hand you over to Pattayavlog in Pattaya. Let's roll a little bit of the old B-roll. Well, thank you, Pattayavlog. Well, it's always good to have a little bit of a natter, isn't it? So the first little topic could be around bankruptcy. Is it going to all end in bankruptcy? And I know there's been a lot of talk recently about a potential bar, the Owl Bar. You know, and I have said on that vlog, if you've not checked it out, take a look, that I won't be investing any of my own money. But there's an opportunity for me to earn money. So I don't think the bar situation alone is going to lead to bankruptcy. You know, potentially, if you look at what I'm spending on Pattaya, I mean, I've spent over £25,000 since June 2023 on going to Pattaya and enjoying the best place in the world. And I guess if I wasn't knuckling down and earning, then that would have led to me running out of money and maybe bankruptcy. Who knows? And of course, when I did the attempted move earlier in the year, when I was out in Pattaya in March, April and May, I spent just under £8,000. It's a crazy amount, enjoying everything Pattaya has got to offer. And of course, I wasn't earning enough to sustain that, and I pulled out and came back. So never say never. Of course, I want to avoid bankruptcy, and the way I'm going to do that is by budgeting, going to Pattaya as many times as I can afford and earning money. And I also think if this bar project goes ahead, there's an opportunity for me to earn money without investing any of my own. And of course, that'll be through promoting, marketing. You know, I can even, believe it or not, the Owl can actually design the odd website. And of course, it might lead to me going for longer periods in Pattaya, but I have promised you guys I'm not going to make the same mistake and just rely on YouTube income. Hence why I'm looking at other ways of making money, and I believe we can do it. And I appreciate that it's a tough gig in Pattaya to run a bar, and I have read all the comments. And thank you to everyone who's dropped a comment on that. But I can assure you I'm not investing any of my own money. There's an opportunity to earn money. And we'll just have to see how it goes on that one. Any more developments on the bar, I will let you know. So do I think this will end in bankruptcy? I honestly think it won't. And of course, I've got to be careful, making sure that I continue to earn more than I spend, to budget well. I'm fortunate enough to own my own property in the UK, but I'm not complacent. And of course, I want to avoid that. And I think over the last 28 months, I've definitely spent more than I probably should on enjoying Pattaya. But I'm very aware, and I'm doing everything I can to earn money and to spend less, yet at the same time enjoying the best place in the world. And as Pattayavlog said at the beginning, a lot of these topics have come about through comments on the channel, and also meeting people face to face in Pattaya. Yeah, people have said you're on the track to bankruptcy. And of course, I disagree with that, but I respect anyone's opinion. It is entirely possible, but I like to think I've got a grip of my spending in Pattaya, and I'm focusing on how to earn money. And I believe the bar, promoting the bar, is one way of doing that. And that leads me on to the next topic, which is around death. And not the happiest topic in the world, I do apologise. But people have said, Owl, you carry on the way you are, eating the bangers that you're going to eat and drinking the way you are, being overweight, you'll be dead within the year. And of course, I do take health very seriously. You know, I have got high cholesterol. I've had fatty liver. I'm not in the best shape. I'm not in the worst either. And, you know, if I had bangers every day and Singar every day, that's definitely not gonna help. Of course, I don't want it to end in that outcome through my own neglect. Easy for me to say. So I do take it seriously. You know, since being back in England, you know, I've not had a beer. I'm on chicken bangers, can you believe it? Chicken bangers rather than pork, and I've managed to shift a few pounds. But of course, doing that in Pattaya is a little bit trickier. But I've had some great advice from subscribers. Eat less, exercise more, get out for a morning walk. If in Pattaya, if in England, it doesn't matter. Get out for that walk. You don't have to go to a gym, which I find extremely boring. There's just something about walking around Pattaya as well, which is way more exciting than doing any kind of walking I find in England. I much prefer it. There's so much going on in Pattaya. You can walk down Soy Buakhao, Soy Diana, Second Road, Beach Road, Third Road, and there's always something interesting going on. Yeah, so just to summarise on the health, I take it seriously. Of course I could do better. I could be 2 stone lighter, I could eat less, exercise more, but I don't take the mick with it. I do try and eat healthy where I can. When I'm on holiday in Pattaya, I enjoy myself a little bit more, but I'm a big believer in enjoying the present, making the most of it, especially when I'm in Pattaya. Of course I look forward to the future. And I do often look back and reflect on happy memories, but I don't dwell on the past or the future and very much enjoy the present. But I will take it seriously. And hopefully when I do come to Pattaya in January, in 11 weeks' time, the hour will be a little bit lighter because, of course, it's all a little bit more comfortable when that's the case. And if you're still awake at this point, thank you very much. It's much appreciated. And I just want to say as well, a big thank you and a big hello to all the new and existing subscribers. And thanks to everyone who drops a comment on my videos. I don't know if you've noticed, but I do try and respond to all of them where I can. I think I may have missed the odd one now and again, but I do try my best because I appreciate it. I appreciate comment. I appreciate feedback. And, you know, off the back of some of the comments, I've actually made changes. Of course, ultimately, I make my own decisions, but I listen, I take on board. You know, for example, if we use the microphone, for example, today we're using the DJI Mic Mini, and again, that was based on your feedback on comments. And same with the bar situation, tread carefully, Owl. Don't invest your own money, all of this kind of stuff. So I don't just crack on, I listen. And in some cases, I will do U-turns. Not today, I'm clearly walking down Second Road, I think. But yeah, I do listen and I am prepared to make changes. So I welcome comments and feedback. Of course, the occasional comment will get removed if it's just out and out abusive, because of course there's no need for that. And I know I digress a little bit here, but if we just look at the example of going to the Vogue, and, you know, staying there rather than staying in multiple hotels, asking the Vogue to get a better deal for the January trip. All of that is on the back of you guys, and you mention it on the comments. Same with the parking at Heathrow. You know, I booked separate parking as well as a separate hotel, and it was you guys that said, no, you should be able to get a combi deal through Purple Parking, and I did, saving myself 170 quid. So it really is invaluable to listen to subscribers. I strongly believe that. Yeah, and just to finish up on the whole health thing, of course, if I go out to Pattaya for longer periods, I can't be drinking every single day. I'd have to look after myself much better. That is for sure. As for going there on holiday, of course, I'm going to have blowouts for 2 weeks, but that is completely different than if I'm over there, because, you know, if I'm out there for 2 or 3 months at a time in the future, I can't be drinking every day, especially with my weight and liver. The next one is a little bit cheerier, and that is, will this end just with happiness? Wouldn't that be nice if the owl continues to go, creating vlogs, enjoying Pattaya for everything it's got to offer 2 or 3 times a year on holiday, because of course I work here in England. Now, in the future, that model might change. I might find myself actually working in the bar in Thailand. Who knows? But will that all lead to happiness? Because that's the main thing, isn't it? Will I be enjoying the present every day in Pattaya, in England? That's what I would hope. You know, I enjoy making the vlogs for you guys. I enjoy the YouTube. I love Pattaya. It seems like a great combination. And I know we've had comments around, you know, getting involved in a business in Thailand. Could that change things? And I guess you don't know until you try. That's my mentality. Of course, I hope this just ends with happiness. Wouldn't that be nice? But I guess we'll have to see on that one. Time will tell. Someone the other day actually said, why don't you just quit making vlogs now? Just enjoy your holiday. Don't see the point if you're doing it. Are you going to quit, Owl? And of course, quitting, walking away from the YouTube is always on the table. I mean, I started the channel 10 months ago. You know, I don't know how long it will last. I don't know if this channel will be a 1 year thing, a 5 year thing, a 10-year thing. But what I can say to all subscribers, I've got no plan to quit as it stands. I'm enjoying it. I know some of the greatest series on TV, and I'm not saying this is it. I think some people describe this as car crash TV, which is hilarious. But some of the best series come to an end, you know. So I don't know when the channel will end, if it'll be a 5 year, 10-year project, or even shorter. But I'll, of course, do my best to keep you in the loop. I do feel this is the start of something, and especially with a potential bar in Pattaya, and again, that could go either way. That could be 50-50, we don't know yet. There seems, you know, there's lots of reasons to keep the channel going. And of course, the last trip in October has proven that. I mean, I didn't expect to get around 250,000 views and earn £1,000 in revenue, as well as having a great time. So, you know, it's definitely, there's definitely more to come for the channel, that is for sure. And just before I get on to the next topic, which is around love, and of course I've made vlogs on my failed attempt to find love in Thailand, Pattaya before. Before we get on to that, I just want to mention about the live shows. Really enjoyed doing them. And if you've never come to one of our live shows before, they're pretty much every week. And I might even squeeze out a cheeky one this Sunday afternoon UK time. Look out for a schedule on that. I might do. I'm still swaying at the minute because it's at the time of recording, it's actually late evening. So I'm not sure, but it's a possibility. I know this vlog will be posted on Sunday morning. Anyway, back onto the actual vlog itself. Love. I've failed miserably. I've not had even a successful date in Pattaya that's led to a second date or a relationship. The owl has failed at finding love. And we've had lots of conversations about this before. And I think the reality is Pattaya is for fun. And if I want to find someone, then potentially I might have to go outside of Pattaya and bring her in. Possibly. I just do not know how it's going to work, because of course the date that I did have in Pratumnak, the lady asked for 22,000 baht on the day, and of course that's a lot of money, and I'm not one to commit to a standing order to have a girlfriend. I don't like the idea of that. So yeah, not had much luck. Of course there's the likes of Tinder and Thai Friendly, but I think even if I just spread the wings and fly out to Bangkok or Udon Thani or Laos or somewhere out, maybe for 5 days. I can't do that on a 2-week Pattaya trip, but I might be able to do it if I was out there longer, just to see if Mrs. Owl is out there. And of course, as always, if you've got any advice or recommendation to find Mrs. Owl, drop the comment below. But I know last time some of your advice was along the lines of stay single, Owl, enjoy yourself, enjoy Pattaya and the entertainment and everything it's got to offer, and don't worry too much about finding Mrs. Owl. Oh, that's gone quick. Looks like it's time to go. Right, everyone. Well, as always, if you've enjoyed this little vlog, give us a thumbs up, share, comment. If you've not already, please subscribe. Your support means the world. And wherever you are in the world, take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.